Welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying, and we have some car news today. I don't think there is anything more exciting than new rally car news, and while this isn't a completely brand new car, it is a very important one. So Škoda Motorsport have announced some significant updates to the Fabia RS Rally2. They are under the Packet 25 label, and that is very important news because the Skoda is probably one of the most significant rally cars available, and they've had to react after the pesky GR Yaris Rally2 has proven something of a thorn in their side since it burst onto the scene last year and immediately won the WRC2 title. So, just some background as to why this is so important. If you're not familiar, Skoda are one of the most important and one of the most successful rally manufacturers out there. Over the years, they have won more titles than you could even list. So they've won numerous championships and rallies back in the 80s and 90s and class awards with cars like the 130 RS and the Favorite. And more recently with four-wheel drive cars at the kind of second tier level, if you will, internationally. They've won, I think it was 3 Intercontinental Rally Challenge titles, 6 European Rally Championship titles, and something like 13 WRC2 or SWRC titles over the last decade or so. That was with cars like the Fabia S2000, the Fabia R5, and more recently different versions of the Fabia Rally2. So a very successful car, which means some very important updates. And you know what else is that important? That is the Maximum Attack Rallying merch store. Do go and have a look and see if you can find anything on there you like, including a t-shirt much like this one. Go and have a look, check it out and do a buy. But let's now talk about that Fabia. So, as I said, the upgrade kit is known as Packet 25 because we are in 2025, and there are a number of changes that have been made to the car. The most significant of those are in the engine compartment. So the bulk of this has been focused around the exhaust. There is a new exhaust manifold and a new exhaust system. The latter has been designed to save a little bit of weight, while the former is designed to help improve efficiency and gas flow. It should improve the combustion process and efficiency, and that should give us some more performance from that 1.6 litre 4-cylinder turbo engine. So all new Fabias will get that upgrade, and you will be able to purchase it if you are an existing owner. The main thing you will notice if you are standing stage side is that cars running the upgrade will sound a little bit different. That new manifold has just changed the way that things sound. Another area that Skoda have been focusing on is durability, so there are some big changes in that respect. So the gravel dampers for the car have now been revised to improve their reliability, and there's also some changes to the underbody protection of the car. That's just designed to enhance the service life of parts like drive shafts and brake calipers and things like that. There's also a few new dust covers and things for some of the suspension joints. So this is very much about durability as well as performance. Visually, the car will look pretty much identical to the cars that are out there now. There will be a new roof scoop, which is just designed to get a bit more air into the cabin and a bit less water. So if you are looking for changes on the outside, that is where you will need to focus your attention. Inside, there is an optional change, so you will be able to specify a new set of seats, which will save you 2 kilograms. So not the biggest changes out there, but some of them are quite significant, certainly in terms of the engine. As I said, all new Fabias will come with this upgrade kit fitted as standard, and if you have one already, you can buy this upgrade to bring your car up to the latest spec. And I suspect Skoda will have plenty of takers for that, because I think there are already more than 150 Fabia RS Rally2s out there right now. The big question, of course, is whether these upgrades will make the difference. Will they allow Skoda to take the fight back to Toyota? Yes, no, maybe. It's very difficult to tell, isn't it? On the face of it, these are not massive changes. You know, we're not talking about fundamental changes to the suspension geometry, aerodynamics. Obviously, the engine is the most significant thing in performance terms, and I don't think any drivers out there are going to complain about a bit of additional horsepower. We don't know how much power that is. WRC2, Rally2 cars, whatever you want to call them, tend to be quoted at around the 290 horsepower mark. Obviously, Skoda are not going to reveal numbers in terms of their power gains, so we don't know what difference that will make, but it will certainly help, won't it? I think in reality, you know, the gap between the Fabia and the Yaris isn't enormous? Is it, Skoda just won WRC2 at Safari Rally, was it last weekend with Gus Greensmith, his second win in a row at that event. So, the Fabia is clearly still a good car. I think last year it won WRC2 4 times, and they've obviously got that one victory this year as well. However, there is no time to sit still where the Rally 2 arms race is concerned. Obviously, the Toyota has become the car to beat in recent months, but it's not just the Toyota, is it? Hyundai and Citroën have both been working on upgrades for their car. Hyundai have been focusing a bit more on tarmac rather than gravel updates. Citroën have just been working on trying to improve the car across the board, but again, that's a very strong tarmac car. But, if you look back at last season in WRC2, the Citroën was very strong and notched up a few wins. And obviously, Johan Rossell won in Monte Carlo this year. So the Citroën is still a very good car indeed. So there is a lot of pressure on Skoda, isn't there? With that successful record, their customers are going to be expecting them to keep pushing forward with that car and keep developing it and keep it at the front of that field. So we will just have to wait and see if the upgrades do the job. Until then, let's just keep our fingers crossed and just hope that the tight battle in Rally 2 continues. It is such a good format. I do absolutely adore it. Long may it continue. I know there is talk of changing it to space frames and all kinds of awful things like that. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we find a way to keep this regulation set going, because I think it is probably the best rule set the FIA have ever come up with. In the meantime, if anyone fancies letting me have a go and do some back-to-back testing of a pre-Packet 25 car and a Packet 25 fitted car, I am more than welcome to do that. I will be waiting by the phone. I don't expect to receive a call though, unfortunately. Otherwise, make sure you follow me on socials, stay tuned for more content, and I will see you next time.